Thank you for clicking on this video. You click this video because you want to learn about Ganesha, the significance of his creation, the symbolism behind it, and the mystic nature of it. We'll be learning, going into it deeper and as much as we can. Before I start, I just want to quickly introduce this YouTube channel and what we are doing here. So, this will be mostly about the philosophy, day-to-day philosophy, intellectualizing daily ideas, or just the mystic nature or the contrast or the weirdness of this world. And they will all be random ideas, not necessarily the channel will be about like gods or any religion or just Hinduism for that sake. It will be about many ideas, but I thought I'll start with Ganesh video, demystifying, decrypting his nature. Because as you know, in India, we start with Ganesh Puja before we start anything, because he's the Lord who removes the obstacles in front of you whenever you're starting any journey. And another disclaimer that I want to give is the information in this video. Um, Most of it will be out there on internet. It has been going on for ages now. The most of the information will be nothing new. Some of it will be incomplete or false information for some people's opinion, but the idea is not the information itself. Anyway, these things are coming on from ages. The symbols and the stories and kahavate, as we say in Hindi. So the debate on like right kind of information, wrong kind of information should be kind of invalid, because the idea should be the message behind it and what we can learn from it. If the learning is good, we should just take the information. So just wanted to clarify that. So enough about the introduction and the disclaimers. So let's start with the video. First of all, uh, I just want to share that, and you must be relating to this fact as well, that Ganesha is like feels like very close to you, right? Whenever you want something, you ask it for Ganesha. It feels like the closest gods to you. Even kids like him, or even older people like him. There's something about him which is like nearer to you than other gods. For example, like Shiva or Vishnu and all. And that's the reason he's called Ganapati. Ganapati means it's made of two words, Gana and Pati. Gana means different classes or different areas, different subjects, and Pati means the leader. So he's leader of all the classes, however you categorize it, like physically, materially, spiritually. He's the leader of them all. Just to explain this further, I'll give you examples. Like, like we often say God is uh, like a short form for generator, operator, and destructor. So generator is Brahma. Brahma is who creates everything. He's god of creation. And then Vishnu is kind of maintenance guy. He maintains everything, all the srushti. He handles day-to-day life, operationalizing everything. And Shiva is god of destruction. So without when you if only when you destroy something, something new is born. So these are the rules of the universe, of the nature, and you have to create something, maintain it, and destroy it, and this thing goes on and on and on and on, right? Like waves, sine wave. It will come down, go up, come down, go up, and it keeps on going. So other gods are separated in different classes. They have one, they are, if they have expertise in certain class. For example, Lakshmi, right? Lakshmi is god of money, beauty, and everything. Parvati is god of the energy, pure Shakti. Kuber is god of again money, and Rama is they have certain roles and certain stories. But for Ganesh, you'll see that he's everywhere, and he's kind of king of everything. And so to explain that why that happens, because Ganesha represents pure consciousness, right? He's born from Shiva and Parvati. Shiva is symbolic, um, like he's signified for emptiness or nothingness. He goes on to Kailasha, where there's nothing, there's no environment, low oxygen levels, not enough societal involvement, and so he's kind of into nothingness and all, like a blank sheet of paper. And Parvati is pure Shakti, pure Shakti, like energy, and only because of energy things happens. But for things to happen, you need certain kind of blank slate. When you draw a picture, you need a blank paper, and then only you can draw. Like you can use your energy for the credit of the blank paper. So Shiva and Parvati and Ganesh is born to them, and only blank paper and only energy are useless without intelligence. So that's why he's son of Shiva and Parvati. That's the significance which I have interpreted. Um, and he's also a higher self, right? Shiva and Parvati are kind of like basic structure of the universe. Like in every atom, you'll see everything in the universe exists because there's energy and there's Shiva element. But Ganesh ji is a evolved state of that combination. When you put intelligence in the creation, that's where Ganesh is born. Um, so we as a human are on the bridge from creation to, we have evolved from monkeys to now humans, but we are evolving further, and we will go into further evolution and will reach a point. That's where Ganesha lies. Like we have to reach on the level where Ganesha is, right? So just try to explain like some ideas. I know like a lot of it didn't make sense for you, but we'll go over it over this PPT. All of it is, all of the video is for that sake only. So we'll move one by one, idea by idea, so that if any of you didn't get the idea, you'll get it. And I understand if some of you already know these ideas, but just be patient, go through the whole video. If some of the ideas you already have, but other ideas you might get enlightened through them, right? So let's move to the next idea. So elephant head, like a big part of Ganesh is the elephant head. And a lot of the Western content I've seen on YouTube and Instagram, that they say like it's very silly that you put a elephant head in on a human, but there's a significance and very great like symbolism behind that. Elephant, if you see, like he's a very big animal. It represents power, big size, lot of strength. And you'll never see elephant fighting with anyone in the jungle. If at all fight happens, there's no way elephant is losing, right? So the jungle is at the mercy of elephant, but elephant will never use it. You'll see lion hunting down deer or a rabbit, but you'll never see elephant hunting down. Elephant is a vegetarian animal. He has the power, he has the sakshamta if he decides to do it, but he chooses peace because of he has the right approach to live, right? He'll eat vegetarian food. And elephants have big head that represents big intelligence, lot of memory and everything, right? And they have a very 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 big nose. So that nose also has a significance, because if you have if you are in tantra and everything, if you must have read, there are these breathing exercises, right, that we do in yoga. So there's a reason for that, because breath is kind of bridge between our atma and body. So having a big nose just represents that they have a larger bridge or more control, or there's like more communication from atma to your body. So that is also one of symbolism. And they have big ears, like ears of a size of, I don't know, umbrella, or even bigger than that. And that represents listening capabilities. Whenever you're listening more and talking less, you are ought to learn something in that day. And even mouth, you'll see the elephant's mouth is hidden uh, behind its nose. So that also shows that what you're saying shouldn't be abrupt, right? Your eyes, like your ears, are bigger than your mouth, and your breathing is coming before talking. So breathing is represents consciousness. So consciousness is coming before you talk something, or your tongue, right? Even tongue represents your like things you get into, for example, cravings and everything. So that's the symbolism behind a big nose. And it has a heavy weight. It's closer to the earth because of the gravity and all that, right? You can go on with this elephant symbolism. We'll move on from this now. You can comment down if you think of anything else. um, as we um, discuss the symbolism of elephant trunk. um, so just want to go over like why this symbolism was used by the ancient societies. Um, because I'll just give an example, right? So you go to a school, a university, you learn one subject. It takes 5 years to do PhD in one subject. And how you're supposed to learn this rocket science of mystic nature of the universe, right? How, and uh, just not just that, but how will you transfer that knowledge for generations? So ancient societies figured out this way, that symbols and stories have more transfer power than just books. Because right, if you learn about science, you see lectures, you learn maths, you see lectures, you do practice, but a lot of it fades away. We have like most of us learn mathematics, and I have no idea what's the use of that advanced mathematics and everything. But these gods were created, these symbols were created, so that the knowledge is transferred without the level, without scaring you away with the depth of it or the advancement of the knowledge. So that's why they created the symbols and the stories to transfer that knowledge, so that the knowledge stays safe, the wisdom stays safe underlying the stories. Whatever your ability to understand the story is, whatever your ability is to understand the symbols is, you will understand that, and you will transfer those tradition to the next generation, so that any of that generation needs any of that knowledge, they will decrypt it at that point. It's kind of encryption system that ancient societies created for the love of us, right? They were worried that they have earned this knowledge, but it will go waste if they don't pass it on generation by generation. And there are different symbols in Ganesha as well. We'll just discuss few of them. For example, we'll go on this. He has a vast belly, right? So it just represents abundance. So it just shows that there is a lot of abundance in nature. There's a lot of food, and you have already eaten a lot. So when you're hungry, you'll feel that there's no. It's natural that you'll feel that there's no food around you. You'll have to cook. You have to work hard so much. So we tend to go into that lack or scarcity mindset. So the big belly shows that there's a lot of everything in nature already. It's just our assumption that there's scarcity in this world. And you'll see there's a um, like snake used as a belt to hold his belly. So it again shows there's so much inside your belly that you need a belt to kind of tie everything you have together. And when you're whenever you're full, like whenever when you eat, have food, have large meals, you're satisfied, you feel happy. And that is the emotion that was represented in Ganesha. Apart from that, I think we discussed a lot of symbolism. We'll move on to the next thing now. So you'll see in Ganesh pujas there will be modaks, there will be hibiscus flower, durva. Even these things have symbolism. Coconut is used in Ganesh puja. Coconut was used because it's a very divine, like it's called Shri fire, right? Shri means it has given like god like respect for the fruit, because every part of coconut is very useful. In South India they don't break the coconut tree because it is considered not holy, unholy kind of, because coconut water is used again. It's the chutney is made out of coconut, and it is highly nutritious. And there might be a case where the coconut might become extinct, so that's why they introduced coconut in pujas, because at least for puja we'll use it. And that is, and because of that the coconut will survive for ages. Even modak, right? It looks white. White shows peace or divinity in it, and modaks are very soft and very easily digestible, very smooth. Whenever you eat modak, they're they're very like melting in your on your tongue and then in your stomach. So that just shows so the truth is very easy to digest and very easy to easy on the tongue, easy on the senses. Whenever whenever you live on the path of dharma, the path will be very straight and easy, that just shows. um Next thing is om, right? Ganesha is associated with the syllable om or the word om, and om has a lot of significance in every tradition, in all the parts of the world. In different societies you'll see om in different forms. In Hinduism it has the highest importance, and even Sikhism they call it ek onkar. And in I think Islam they call Amin, and they call it Amin. And in Christianity they call Amen. So this kind of symbolism is always there. If you see the Tamil symbol Om, it just looks like the structure of the brain. So that's one symbolism. And Om is root word for the universe. Every atom vibrates on the frequency of Om. So when you say Om, um, you come at the center, like you have existence, right? Your body has existence, different frequency. When you say om, when you vibrate at om, you are rooted at the origin. Like there are three axes, right? In xyz axis, and you are a point in the universe somewhere. For example, you are a coordinate 3 comma 1 comma 4. But when you say om, your one end directly goes to 0, and you are grounded at that very moment. So Om has that much significance, and Ganesha is the same, right? Ganesha takes us to the original consciousness. So that's why Om is very significant in this case. Again, like a lot of symbolism is mentioned in this slide. We have went over all of it. We'll move on to the next. And another thing, right? Ganesha, uh, y- if you're from outside India, you'll think like, why has only India discovered this concept and rest of the world not? Where is India a different society or a blessed society? In India, we often consider our society as the like elite society. We consider ourselves better than the rest of the world. But any civilization which has uh, explored the truth of the nature, laws of the universe, they will create some kind of structure which is related or looking like Ganesha. So the picture on the top right is from Japan, right? Even they created a structure which looks like Ganesha. And there are some other images. There are statues of Ganesha found in Afghanistan, some in I think Thailand or Pakistan. So you'll see whatever civilization has discovered, try to discover the truth, they will create some kind of Ganesha figure or symbol. There's more symbolism in Ganesha. Like if you see, um, if in his one hand there's a rope, rope, uh, and so what's the significance of a rope? So we discussed in the beginning, right? So Ganesha is praised at the start of something to avoid us from getting those obstacles in our path. So it's kind of it sounds funny sometimes, right? So you are praising Ganesha because you don't want obstacles in your path, but why obstacles come whenever you're doing something? Why is it not smooth? Why nature has to give that obstacle on the first place? And so you say there's a god who removes the obstacle, but who puts the obstacle in front of you in the first case? So it's funny, it's Ganesha itself. Ganesha will put that obstacle in front of you because uh, like God will put the obstacle in front of you because you were not right when you were moving on that path. The path wasn't right. So it's the Ganesha who pulls you behind on that path because you are running away from spirituality or your highest goal. For example, if you're doing a business and you hit a wall at certain revenue, you hit it at after 10 crores, you can't grow. You'll say, why God, why I'm not growing? Because at that point of your life, God wants you to be enough about the money. Now he wants you to move in different area now. So it might look as obstacle at that point, but that's the God pulling you and redirecting you to a right goal. Hope I was explain the symbolism of a rope there. And another thing you see that Ganesha, there's a leg position, right? One leg on the ground, one leg on the up. So one part of you must be grounded, and one part of you must be exploring the heights or exploring the higher self of yourself, because you're not just human, you are consciousness which has infinite abilities. Whatever you think you can do, and just doing must not be your goal. You have a consciousness to achieve, a state to achieve. You have to go in different dimensions. You will go eventually, but and as in human form, we have to learn some um, lessons before we move on to the next task in our hand. So we'll continue with the story. So there's a birth story of Ganesha in Puranas. It's a very well-known story. It has been taught in the schools and universities. It has been told to the children from their parents. So you can read the story, and there's more from the story in the internet and around. But I'll just shortly tell the story. So basically, um, Parvati was having a bath and she wanted someone to protect her. Shiva had Nandi, right? Nandi is very loyal to Shiva, but Parvati had no one. So she wanted to create something that will protect her, and Shiva always denied to give her a child. So Parvati created Ganesh from the dirt, like haldi. She applied haldi on her skin and collected that haldi and dirt and created Ganesha with it and infused life into that. And Ganesha was protecting Parvati in front of the cave. When Shiva came, the guy was very resilient. He started fighting with the Shiva, but Shiva, being Shiva, he was very strong. During the fight, Shiva with his Trishula uh, cut the head of the boy, and the boy was killed in that fight. When Parvati found out this, she was very upset and she complained to Brahma. Brahma suggested that Shiva should go in the north direction and find um, a head of the animal which he sees the first. And I think Gajasana was name of the animal he suggested. And he found a baby elephant. He installed the head of a baby elephant on the boy, and the boy was reinfused with life, as we said, right? Second birth happened from the Shiva, and that's how Ganesha was born. So it looks like a story, like it just depends on our intellectual level on how we see a story. If we know more about it, we'll react to the story different. So what I understood from the story is Parvati is basically known as Shakti, right? Shakti, and pure energy. So when Parvati was taking a bath, there was nothing, no one to guide. Basically, when Shakti was purifying itself, whenever we are meditating, we are aiming to purify ourselves from the negative energies or from the asuras in our body. So, but when we purify ourselves, so we kind of are more nascent and open to the attack of negative energies. So we need something to guard our innocent nature from the asuras. So that was the concept behind this story point, that Parvati is having a bath. That means the energy was purifying itself, and when the energy needed someone to guard it, and from the dirt of energy itself, like when you are meditating, you become pure, but when you become pure, there is some dirt, and the dirt represents our experiences. From experiences we learn that this purity has been attacked by some things in the society, and we become smart of out of that, out of those experiences. So baby Ganesha is born out of it, and Shiva is attacking the baby Ganesha because Shiva, if you know, he's known for this agori nature, the open nature, the Bholenath he's called, right? So he has a Bhola nature. He's easily he's impressed with tapasya. Whenever someone does tapasya, meditates for long, his wish is, or her wish is granted very easily by Shiva, even if the person is as a, like, not on a positive side or dharmic side. Even Ravana was given the powers, or some of the asuras were given power by the Shiva. So this free nature, that this bhola nature, always restricts you from carrying your purity, like your pure Shakti ahead. So this Bhola nature will attack your baby Ganesha, that innocent intelligence will be attacked by your own Bholenath ji, or your aghoriness, right? You go around uh, in the jungle of the life, and you easily grant wishes of to the negative energies. So that is the meaning when baby Ganesha's head was cut by the Bhola. So when this happens, your energy gets upset, right? Because it takes hard work to purify your energy at the first place, and so you have to create a solution. So that's why Brahma comes in the picture, and you go in north. North means the higher part of yourself. You find head of a elephant, so you grow, you install bigger intelligence in the Ganesha, like bigger intelligence in your smaller intelligence, and there's Ganesha that is born from those experiences. Now that you have higher intelligence, Shiva and Shakti are well protected inside you, and you can carry on your evolution further and further. So this, I think, was the idea behind the story. There are deeper analysis, right? Some people have connected with the microbiology and how like the energy is associated with the egg of a like XX chromosome, I think, and then XY chromosome comes. The sperm has the uh, same shape as the trishul. So all those theories are there, but what there are different stories about it. Even Ganesha's head is similar to a brain structure, so that is also one story. So you can read about like a lot of these stories, but the understanding is the same, that Ganesha is a super consciousness, the consciousness that will help us in day-to-day life while going on with our day, with our projects, with our careers, with our relationships. And that's why Ganesha has so much importance. Whenever we are starting something, we pray to Ganesha, because being present, being conscious is always important. You can't start something wrong with if you're wrong. You can't start something wrong if you're conscious of this thing, right? Because whenever you're angry or when you're doing something wrong, mostly you're unconscious, you're in anger, you are in so much pain, that's why you do wrong things. But if you become conscious of yourself, you become mature and you understand that this is not the person's, like the person who harmed you is not their fault, it's not your fault, it just the situation was like that. So you become intelligent with your choices, with your thinking, and that's how. On to a couple of more stories. So Ganesha wrote. It is said that Ganesha wrote Mahabharata from the dictation of Vyasa, and the conversation between them was Vyasa said that whatever I say, you should continuously write that, but before you write, you should understand it, because Ganesha was very fast at writing, and what if Vyasa needs pauses in between? So he asked Ganesha to understand it first, and that's how he got time to think about it. So it's even the same, right? He was narrating a story, and what does it mean to narrate a story? Because your life is happening in front of you, and you should write down that life, but not write down just like that. You should first understand it and then only write it down, then only note it down in your conscious mind, right? um, you can get more out of this story, you can comment down. We already have spent a lot of time in this video, so I'll just move on to the next one. So Ganesha, so the symbols, right? This So there's only one truth. So in no matter what the religion is, no matter what the god is, uh, the ancient society or the nature or the universe is there's only one truth. It's just manifesting in different forms, and Ganesha is the closest truth, the closest manifestation of the truth to humans. And once we understand Ganesha, it becomes easier to understand the higher and advanced truth that there is. So that was the concept here. And one more story, like we didn't discuss about the Mushak much. So Mushak is the Vahan of Ganesha. It's kind of vehicle. So every god has this Vahan for them. So why Mushak, right? We discuss about contrast, that now Ganesha is all about contrast. So he's so big, so heavy. He has elephant head and he has big belly, four hands. Why does he have Mushak as his Vahan? So it just again represents contrast. And you may also heard that um, Mushak, it's a mouse, right? So mouse is always has a lot of temptations, cravings, always goes around, bites around, eats around whatever he sees, doesn't have a discipline as a human, right? He'll see a warehouse of grains, and he'll directly tear apart, destroy everything, and just eat a little part of it. So in Ganesh has a picture, there are laddus and there's a lot of food, but the Mushak is under control and he is at the mercy. He's at the leg of Ganesha. So intelligence has those cravings under control, and whenever the cravings are needed, then only they come. Like intelligence uh, is at is at the leadership of those cravings, and the small, like cheap human behavior is under control from the intelligence. That's what it denotes. And another significance Mushak has is, we are talking about intelligence so much, but whenever you try to learn something, you have to be open to, you have to be open minded, like very granular minded, right? Whenever you want to understand something, you have to break it down in pieces and then understand it. We go about understanding everything slide by slide or page by page or topic by topic. So Mushak does it very beautifully, right? He breaks down the food in small compartments or bite sizes, and then only he gets to eat it. So similarly, if you want a lot of wisdom in your life, you have to break through your knowledge, your own knowledge. Even your own understanding can be wrong. You have to break it down, attack it, and pull it, push it, and that's how you understand something. And there's more advanced, like Ganesha is such thing that no matter how much you learn about him, there will always be more. Only if you only understand Ganesha in this lifetime, you could understand everything. It's a whole subject or whole degree in itself. So this is very well known in Tantra that um, I don't know if you know, if the like there are seven chakras in your body, and Muladhara is the bottomest chakra, and which is like root of your body. Energy operates from there, and we have three nadis, right? Ida, Pingla, and Sushumna. We'll see in this slide. So basically, we have Ida Nadi, Pingla Nadi, and Ida Nadi is your right brain. So it's associated with emotions like moon. Moon has phases, right? So moon has different emotions. Like 14 days moon cycle is different. So emotions are in your right brain, and Pingla Nadi is your right nostril but left brain. It's a sun factor, like it's a Shiv factor. It provides energy. It's more masculine part of yours. So these two energies are there, and Sushumna Nadi is uh, it's like between both, and it is like higher form of both, like Ida and Pingla. In early morning, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., Ida Sushumna Nadi is activated, and only people who are like an who have been enlightened or spiritually at very high level, they have access to Sushumna Nadi. And Ganesh is a lot about the Sushumna Nadi, right? Um, so your body breathes through left nostril, right nostril, but in between them lies the intelligence. So there are pauses, right? Where you breathe in, there's a pause, and then breathe out, and in the gap there is intelligence. That intelligence is associated with Ganesha. Whenever your Muladhara is activated, you will be like more innocent, you will be in balance, you will have a lot of inner wisdom, and you'll be in harmony with your environment. Only if you have accessed intelligence, you will be have a cleaner root chakra. If you have a lot of Shakti in you, but your Muladhara is not clean, then the Shakti will be wasted in world like attachments, right? You'll waste your Shakti in eating, digesting that food, then worldly pleasures. Your energy will not be collected or used for the higher purpose. So those are the parallels, and even this slide can go on for 2 hours, 3 hours, or complete subject can be made just based on root chakra. But I just wanted to give you like brief overview about how Ganesh ji is associated with root chakra. And there is like more symbolism. You can associate it, the symbol of root chakra, with a lot of philosophy or understanding. Even this is connected with astrology, and different planets are activated if uh, based on your behavior. And again, it's connected with your breath, right? Your breath, your intelligence, your ida nadi, pingla nadi. You'll see in this diagram like there's a Shiva element, Shakti element, and in between that there is Sushumna nadi. So in science also we are looking at a masculine part and a feminine part, and a Ganesh uh, getting birth from these two, and only if you maintain that intelligence then you are able to survive in day-to-day life. There's another beautiful story that you must have read. So basically it's a funny story, I think, and when I first heard it, it kind of left a smile in my face, but it's very deep, and the more I mature and more I read and understand what the universe is about, the more I think like what a story this is, right? So basically the story is this. So Ganesha has another brother. His name is Kartikeya or Muruga. It's called Muruga god in South India, and he's like the god is praised more there in South, and North India is more praised by Ganesha. So basically, Shiva one day tells that whoever circles the earth 3 times first wins this fruit of knowledge. So Kartikeya just starts revolving around the earth physically with his Vahan peacock, and Ganesha just thinks and just walks around his parents, who is Shiva and Parvati, and 3 times, and he says like that's it, I'm done with the challenge. And Shiva said, how did you um how did you win? And once Kartikeya comes, Ganesh, he says that you are my world, and then that's why I won. So it sounds funny and like doesn't make sense at the first, but um it's just like an intelligent answer. Whoever has studied physics or anything, they know like the universe is all made up of energy, right? And Shiva and Parvati, when become one in itself, is complete universe. Like in one, even one atom is complete by itself, and the whole universe is complete by itself. And when you meditate, you understand, like you see everything as you and you as everything. um, when you leave the ego, you understand that you love everything. You become empathetic towards everything, because you know, like the consciousness inside you is same as consciousness inside an ant or a dog or a leaf or even a grain of dirt, right? The same consciousness is everywhere. And when he revolved around his parents, he knew that they are the world as well. So that's a funny story. There might be more to it, but this is what I've understood till now. um so we in India take everything very seriously. Take gods very seriously. We have rules like only after bathing we should pray the god, and so those were good rules, but eventually those rules have started ruling us. So we've started fearing gods, and gods were never made to be feared. So it was just symbolism, and it was just a way of communication of great knowledge. And this again shows me like what could the ancient civilizations uh, would have been like. How were they? And they were very open and free with their wisdom, right? And um, if you know something very deep, very, you have advanced knowledge of something, you start taking it seriously, and you act like this researcher or like this scientist who is serious all the time. The professor comes into your classroom, he has 40 years of experience teaching, he has hundreds of paper, he acts very serious, he's never like fun about all those things. But these ancient people were very fun and open about it. And the test of knowledge, uh, it's a great test of knowledge. Whenever I see someone, I want to judge them whether their knowledge is kind of truth or not. So I just test if they are free with their knowledge, if they are very constrained with their knowledge and wisdom. And then it might have been very derived and bookish, but if they are very free and able to apply it in every situation, then they have the true knowledge. And there's a lot of absurdity in this, right? Like you see elephant head on a big, he's not even healthy, doesn't even have a six pack, doesn't have those big shoulders that you see in Hollywood, and he's like eats a lot. There's no uh like track of calories. He's eating all sweets and all. There's no protein in his diet, and he has this mushak, and mushak, like mouses are dirty, right? How come mouse ended up on a photo frame of a god? He has, on one hand he has modak, he on the other hand he has this weapon, strings. And this is just like symbolism. It just to make you understand what consciousness is, and it was just their honest attempt. If we take this seriously, like if you don't understand all the stuff and just go in front of god and just um, do puja blindly, then it defeats the purpose of them making so much symbolism and those stories that they tell us. So that was the point of this slide. I just want to tell that the point is only made, this point in um, praising these gods, if you understand what they're telling you. And we already discussed this. It's kind of it's, we pray Ganesha because we don't want obstacles in our project or anything that we are starting, right? And we kind of bribing, and there's a small amount of fear inside us. That's why we are praising Ganesha. But if we are if we have fear in our hearts and minds before praising anyone, then again, it doesn't make point. You should be you should be praising Ganesha with the mindset that just keep me conscious, keep me alive in all the moments that I am executing that project. Just keep me intelligent, make me understand it further and further. Even if I'm wrong, tell me. I'll pivot from that business or from that project. Only then you'll move ahead in your life. If you're just bribing the god, saying this project has to work, and if you're just feeding your ego, and ego will take you places, some places, but it's not the higher truth, because life will go on and on until you realize the real truth. um, so bribing and having this fear before starting anything, it's kind of not advisable. And we should have a clean heart and ask god that just keep me conscious through the life, through the day, and help me make good decisions, help me make good understanding of everything. Another interesting thing that is conducted in India every year, we have a 10-day festival, Ganesh Chaturthi. We make Ganesh idol from mud, we paint it, we celebrate it, we bring home the idol, we make the idol part of our family. 3 times we do puja, we give the idol all the prasads and everything, and in the end we do a visarjan of it, like we kind of give away the idol in the river, and it melts away. The soil, the earth element that you had praised in your house kind of goes away. And it's a beautiful 10-day meditation experience. It's kind of a short relationship, situationship in modern languages. So you make attachment with something, a non-living thing. You're now invested in that thing, and at 10th day you go yourself, and with your own hands the idol goes in the river, and there's you will feel a emptiness if you haven't ever installed Ganpati in your home. You'll feel emptiness on the 11th day. You'll feel something is missing, and it's a beautiful meditation of detachment. We often attach ourselves with the things we have, and kind of sting onto it for life. This meditation invokes the part in ourselves which teaches us to detach from things. Another thing that I wanted to discuss is India is the Hindu religion is often criticized for idol worship. Um, People, the Western countries or other religions kind of make fun of Hinduism or criticize Hinduism, saying, how can you see God in stones? How can you see God in idols or on these flowers and everything, on these photo frames? And this exercise denies those allegations, because in this they are literally installing idol and then giving it away. um, we'll talk more about praising the stone gods and everything, but everything has a symbolic significance, and everything is a meditation. All these exercises that culturally we have going on in our culture, and those festivals, all of these are meditations, and they teach you something. And there's a festival called Vat Purnima, where women tie around strings around a tree. Even that has some significance. Even Nag Panchami and Diwali, the firecrackers, the bells and the whistles, and the celebration. Even on the Ganesh Visarjan day, there's huge celebration. Everyone is celebrating, dancing, and if you have ever meditated, you'll understand that it very much resembles with what's inside you, and there's a reason why all of this is happening. all of this is created. These traditions are made for a reason. Like whenever you meditate, these things you have already experienced outside, like the detachment and revolving around a tree and fire cracking, like giving fire to some um, uh, a cracker, right? And it makes a blast and it makes a sound. It's a chemical reaction. It makes us used to the nature and the reality, and it becomes easier to meditate after that. And those are the parallels. So everything has meaning um, in our culture and in different cultures, not just in India, but even other cultures have certain exercises or traditions, and even though those have meanings. And there are many things like that. I want you to comment down. If you have time, please comment down what things I've missed and what more symbolism there is around Ganesha or any other gods. I'll keep on making this type of videos, not necessarily related to gods and religion, but whatever ideas come to my mind regarding any news that is there, or any activities, or any events that are happening, I'll make videos. Thanks for watching. It was long video. If you have made till this, thank you very much for staying with me. Thank you for being patient. I hope you learned at least something from this video. um, Thank you very much. Have a nice day.